Well, good evening, everybody, and thank you once again for joining us for this evening's Monday evening Zoom for Team Eagles. So good to see so many of you here and so many of you on time as well. And I'm sure there'll be a few stragglers joining us in a few moments. So, as most of you know, we are Mick and Jenny Daly, National Marketing Directors in your support line, living in these beautiful mountains of Colorado. And the first thing I wanted to say tonight is a huge thank you to so many of you sending me birthday wishes this past weekend. The last count was something like 93 birthday wishes on Facebook. I never knew I had so many friends. And because I had some cards in the mail as well. I'm still struggling with the idea that I'm 70. The good news is, though, I don't feel like 70, and some of you are even kind enough to say that I don't look like 70. So anyway, moving right along there. Mick, why don't you update us on the contest?
So before I do that, I'm one to say absolutely Jenny does not look 70. But I don't feel quite so lonely because she joined me in the decade of the 70s. I've already been here for a couple of years, so now I'm not quite so lonely. So let's look at the contest. I need to zip over to this page. Can you see that? Can you see that?
Yes.
Oh, good, thank you. Good, good. So here we go, trip to Tampa, contest results to date for June, and we have a contest. We have a serious contest at the top. Tara Harris just leads Cheryl Lawrence, and there are others there who I know are going to jump up. So, for instance, as soon as Denise Feigum gets one more order, she will have 400 points because she will have her 5-1 bonus. So look out, you ladies at the top. There is competition. And then I know Nicole Helmstettler, and I know Melinda Cranwell, and I know Brianna, who isn't even listed now because she is just off the bottom of the leaderboard. All of you are so competitive. We're going to see some exciting changes coming up very soon. Okay, on that note, let me move on to what is exciting and coming up. Because as I told you, I want to take you through the latest and greatest news about the 90-day game plan. And I know a number of you on tonight, a number of you not on, but hopefully will be watching this recording, took full advantage of the 90-day game plan when it happened the first 3 months of 2018. And that was really experimental. It was to test and prove the concept, and it really did that so well. But the 90-day game plan coming up, starting July the 1st, it will run for 3 solid months. We will be using the same Facebook group, and that is not the same thing as the Team Eagles Facebook group. Let me do another screen share so that you can see what I'm talking about. So let's go back here, and this is the Facebook group. It's a secret group, which means if you follow the link that I put in a post about 10 days ago, you wouldn't have been able to see it because it is secret. But there are already 8,751 people in that group, mostly from earlier this year. And all you have to do is ask me or ask anyone who is already in the group to add you, and you can be added to the group. Just before I give you an update on all the good stuff coming in this new 90-day game plan, just as a reminder, this is what one of the posts in our own Team Eagles Facebook group looked like. And this is something you can expect running through the full 3 months. So yes, I would strongly recommend you get into the official group, this group. But if you don't, or if you miss out, or if you don't want to, we'll still keep you informed on the upcoming live Zooms that will be featured. I'll tell you more about that in a moment. But this is what it will look like in our Team Eagles group. And you will have the information, the graphic, the image, which will tell you who will be featured on the Zoom, and you'll have the link to the Zoom so that you can jump on there and join in live, and more importantly, so that you can copy and paste that link into a text or an email or a Facebook message or any other means of communication to the person or people that you are inviting to be your guest on that live Zoom, because that, folks, is what it's going to be all about. So let me give you the update. This time, it won't be just simply 90 days. It will be 3 segments, 3 modules, each of 30 days or 1 month. So July will focus on starting strong. August will be stay brave and vulnerable on the journey. And the Pajama Regional, which I've also posted information about in our team group, which is the first weekend in August. So the Pajama Regional will launch the August module, and then in September we'll focus on finishing strong. Each month there will be a fresh start. So each month, as well as having a theme, each month's events and each month's trainings and so on in that Facebook group will start fresh, so that when we have new reps joining us in, let's say, the middle of July or the middle of August, they can still join in and they can still feel that they haven't really missed out. So that's an important difference from last time. Again, different from last time, there will be Zoom calls, live Zoom calls, 3 nights of the week: Monday night, Tuesday night, and Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Central, 6 Pacific, 9 Eastern. And there will be 1 daytime call, Zoom, which will be on a Thursday, on each Thursday at 1 p.m. Central. Each of these Zooms will feature a different 75 or 100 Club National Marketing Director hosting the call with others that they will have invited to join them, anywhere between 2 and 5 different people sharing their stories, their product story, and their business story. And most of us over the last probably year, I think, have become quite familiar with this format of the Freedom Revolution launch calls. That will be the format for these. But one difference from last time is that we will be using a simplified version of the Freedom Revolution launch script. And it is exactly the one that the Australians use to stunning effect. And while I'm talking about the Australians, about this time tomorrow night, I will post in our Facebook group a brilliant training video by one of the, I shouldn't call him up and coming, one of the rock stars of the Australian business, Brian Marsh, who made National Marketing Director in 8 months and 100 Club in 13 months. And he will be explaining, I've watched 90% of the video, he explains exactly their system, most of which shouldn't sound very different to any of us. But I think the way he puts it across, we can watch, we can learn, we can take notes, and we can really learn from what he's doing. And that video sets the context for these 90-day game plan Zooms that we'll have 4 of each week, because the context is, how do you get someone to the point in a conversation where you can invite them to this live event on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday night, or Thursday lunchtime? And then how do you follow up to get more customers, and more importantly, to get more team members? So in addition to the Zooms, each week, one National Marketing Director will provide or will mastermind the posts in that secret Facebook group. As an example, each Sunday night, there will be a post and a live video which will help us to plan the activities for the coming week. It's all about being intentional. It's all about consistency. Then also we will have, just like last time, we'll have a WOD, a work activity of the day, a suggestion as to one thing that we can do each day that will help us to build our business. And then Thursday or Friday, there will be a featured live video in the Facebook group featuring a fairly new Juice Plus rep sharing how their business is growing and benefiting from the 90-day game plan. And here's another good addition. Each month, corporate will track the business growth and will pick the top 5 new customer getters and the top 5 team builders, that is, those who've sponsored the most new reps to their team. And each of those top 5 and top 5 will win a conference ticket based on that month's activity. Now, that's pretty exciting. And I know some of you are competitive enough that you want to be up there. Then, as an example, we'll also have some corporate leaders doing live videos. For instance, Lisa Peppel will do some live interviews with some of the farmers who grow the produce that goes into Juice Plus. That's pretty exciting. Juice Plus Promotions will have some giveaways, and each of the, as I mentioned, each of the video Zooms, I will broadcast, I will announce, I will promote each of those Zooms and who's going to be on them with the link in our 90-day game plan group. And lastly, just to add a little spice to the game, we will add 10 points in our monthly contest to each person who confirms by commenting. Let me go back and screen share this. Each person who comments in our Team Eagles Facebook group in the post that announced that particular Zoom, if you comment in there that you had a guest and you followed up with that guest since the Zoom, then you will get 10 points, additional points in the contest. It will be the honor system. We trust you to be honest, but that is another way that I think we will be able to really make the most of this 90-day game plan.
And just to clarify, Mick, that's 10 points for each guest that you
10
get.
points for each guest that you had watched the live Zoom and that you followed up with them so that you can honestly confirm that they were there. And that's the way that's going to work. So I'm excited about this. I really am. I think as good as the last one was, this looks like being phenomenal. And of course, it falls in those months of summer which traditionally some of us, me included, take the opportunity and make the excuse, oh, it's summer, I don't want to work too hard on my business. I know a few people on this Zoom tonight who aren't in that group. Tara Harris, you're not going to slow down, are you?
And Melinda's not going to slow down. Melinda, I'd love to make you accountable, Melinda. If you wish to share with us what your goals are, feel free.
I've unmuted most of you, so go ahead and tell us what you think.
Last time, and I'm really excited. I appreciate you sharing all these details with us. It's pretty good.
Is that you talking, Susan?
It was me. Okay.
That was Melinda. I'm trying to figure out where the background noise is coming from. So, and I can't tell where the background noise is coming from. I'm going to mute everybody and say, if you want to speak, then please unmute yourself. That's the only way this works. So, Melinda, you were trying to say something and I couldn't hear you.
So I was just saying it was a great program, a really big game changer for us last time. So I'm really excited about it starting up right now. And I appreciate all these notes tonight. The new things sound great. I'm glad to know about them. So I appreciate appreciate this.
And anybody who is in that official Facebook group, don't panic that there is no activity in there. There's lots of work going on behind the scenes, and so there will be lots of activity coming very soon. Any other questions or any other comments?
I'm really excited that they're having a daytime event on Thursday at noon, because I think that's huge.
Yeah, I agree, Denise. They tried it a couple of times last time, but it kind of fell apart. So, yeah, in the words of those who I've listened to who are involved in this, including Kurt Beavers, our sponsor, this one will be very professionally done. I thought the last one was pretty decent, but the level of professionalism is being raised tremendously.
Mick, will the Zooms be recorded at all?
No. So what happened last time, Paula, is it was made clear that they would not be recorded for replay. What Jeff Olson did after the end of the 90 days last time, so back in early April, he posted a recording for each of the Zooms in a separate group. So that will probably happen again. And there's a new feature of Zoom which allows you to do a Zoom webinar and make it a live Facebook video event. So they will, each of the Zooms, as long as this technology works, each of them will be shown live in the secret Facebook group. That's no help for you or me with our guests. They will have to be on the live Zoom. And, you know, the reason for it is that we lose a lot of the immediacy, a lot of the excitement by by using recorded Zooms too much. And so the excitement of saying to someone, sorry, you got to be on it live or else you miss it. But don't forget, one every Monday, every Tuesday, every Wednesday night, and every Thursday lunchtime. So we'll have plenty of opportunities.
Mick, can you go back over what you were saying about the Australian version of the script and the simplified version? Are you going to do that in more next?
Well, we're still waiting to see that script, and I know we will in the next week, 10 days. But I can tell you this, the Freedom Revolution launch script that we've been using, and some of you innovative folks, Nicole and others have been, and Amanda, for instance, have been modifying to better fit you, which is great. That was originally done by Brian Rose, and it was originally based on the Australian script. But Brian tweaked it somewhat. And from what I hear, the script that they are still using in Australia and that we will see on these 90-day game plan Zooms is just a simplified script so that the Zoom can be shorter and less is more in this situation. The other script that we'll be getting, hopefully very soon, will be an invitation script or a set of sample invitations that we can use for phone conversations, for Facebook Messenger, for texting. And those invitations will be really important. And in discussion already, we know that a mistake that a lot of people fall back into, or a lot of new people make when inviting to any kind of event, is they rely on just sending a text or just sending an email or just sending a Facebook messenger. And we know that that is not the way to go about it. For the many, many, many decades that we've been working this, we have always stressed the importance of, it used to be call, send, call. And we're going back to that. So it's going to be call in a personal conversation, or, okay, you can text someone, but the sound of your voice is better. So sending them an audio message by text, an audio message by Facebook, if you can't actually talk to the person live. So using your voice in some way or other ask the person that you want to attend, would it be okay if I send you a link to a live video conference, live webinar, live Zoom, whatever you want to call it, because I know you will love to see and hear the people on this. So first of all, call, ask permission. If they give you permission, then send them the link. And then, that's not the only thing, then you call them again or you text them again to say, an hour before or whatever, don't forget, it's coming up, don't miss it. And then you do the follow-up. Because if you do all that and you then don't follow up, you don't call them that same night or the next morning or the next lunchtime to say, wow, wasn't that fantastic? Didn't you enjoy it as much as I did? Then again, you haven't completely wasted your time, but you're not capitalizing on the opportunity that you have. So that's going to be very much part of the preparation that we're going to be putting your way. It's a feast we're going to put on the table in front of you, leading up to July 1st.
Well, if there are no more comments or questions, I think we could make this something of a record of our Monday night Zooms, in that it's been about, 22 minutes. So
I have one more thing to say, or two more things to say.
I thought you might have.
Can I ask a quick question? Can I ask a quick question?
Yes, Denise.
Can you tell me where the old the last 90-day videos are? I know exactly what night it is, but that I would like.
It's Denise, it's a group called Freedom Rev. Freedom, R-E-V,
Okay.
one word, Facebook group.
Okay.
And if you're not in there, then let me know and I'll add you to it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So because the Monday night calls are going to be at the same time as our normal team Zooms, like this one, we've decided this time we're not going to push this Zoom back. We're going to pull it forward with respect to our East Coast folks, because we're getting more and more Eastern time zone, I should put it, team members, which is wonderful. We love to have you. So we're going to bring it forward half an hour. So it'll be 5:30 Pacific, 6:30 Mountain, 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern. And that will start from the first Monday of July, which I believe is 2 weeks today. 2 weeks from today, first Monday of July, July 2nd. And in addition, heads up, Jenny and I are heading to Europe on July 4th. We'll be gone for about 5 weeks. And so the wonderful Rachel Harries, who is gallivanting off somewhere in, where is she? North Carolina, Virginia?
I think she's in an aeroplane right now.
She's on a plane right now, but she's been gallivanting off again this weekend. But Rachel will be hosting and leading these Team Eagle Zooms on those Monday nights in July and probably the first weekend, first Monday in August. And for those of you who remember Rachel when she's done it in the past, you will be celebrating. You don't need to be jumping up and down because that will make Jenny and me feel bad, but you'll be celebrating because Rachel does a beautiful job. So we're looking forward to that as well.
Good. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Great to see all your smiling faces. Keep up the good work. We're halfway through the month. So finish strong. And we look forward to seeing you again next Monday evening, same time. Good night.
God bless everybody. Make it a great week.